that raises the question, what does it mean to be a member of the church? And it's something we have to review from time to time because many of you may not be aware. So I want to take a couple of minutes now to talk about membership, and then I've got a couple updates on missions for you, and then we'll go to the Advent reading. So just to adequately confuse us, there are 3 kinds of membership at our church. One of those we'll start with is a national membership that's run by the government. That does not involve having a vote in our church. This is, the government keeps a registry of where people worship. And they give a few hundred kroner a year per person to each place of worship. So if you say, I go to this church or that church or even a mosque, the government says, okay, you choose, and then we'll send whatever, 300 to 500 kroner, I think it depends on the commune or something. But it's not a lot, but it can add up. So that membership, we encourage anyone who considers this their spiritual home in Stavanger to register it with the government, and we appreciate that. Some people, those who are with the military here, for example, they don't pay taxes, so they don't get that benefit, so it doesn't affect them. But then we have 2 types of membership that are included in our Constitution, that are what we really consider true membership. And that is both associate membership and full membership, and these are the covenants for those memberships. And we have them here, and you can look at them. I obviously don't expect you to read it, and I'm not going to read it to you right now. But this explains what it is, and the only real difference between these is that full members have to have been baptized by immersion following a profession of faith. Because we are a Baptist church, that's part of our beliefs, is in baptism by immersion. But if you've been christened, you're still able to be a member. It's just called associate member. You see, we have a summary of basic beliefs. And some of this is on the website. If you don't find it there, we can give you a copy. I can email it to you. It's not a long list of beliefs. We focus on the majors. But in this list of beliefs, talks about salvation by grace through Jesus Christ, talks about our trust in the Bible. There's a number of just core important points. Baptism is one of those. For someone to be a full member, you have to be in agreement with the statement of faith. To be an associate member, you have to agree not to teach anything that goes against it, but you're allowed to be a member even if you're not in complete total agreement with the statement of faith. When it comes down to having a business meeting, and I'm sorry, I know this is a little bit dry, but it is important how our church functions. These are important things that go on behind the scenes so that we can do ministry. I'm glad there are people like Lisa who actually like looking at books and carrying, fractions and whatever else you do. You don't like it? I thought it was like what gave you great joy. But I know that it can be a bit dry, but it's essential. If it wasn't for Lisa, we wouldn't be able to pay our rent. We wouldn't be. These things are important. So the members, we get to vote on these things. The only difference is if you're an associate member, you can't vote on something if it has to do with doctrine, which we almost never vote on. If we were to say, someone propose, let's change our belief statement, then only full members can vote. But like once in 17 years, and that was about 15 years ago, we revised our Constitution. Our Constitution has enshrined in it our doctrine, therefore only full members could vote. But typically on everything else, we don't even think about it. If it's associated as a full member, if you're a member of the church, if you put your faith in Christ, if this is your spiritual home, if we're seeking Him together, then you get to have a vote. So if you are a member, we encourage you to come. We are going to have childcare, and so we'll have Idanu and Amber are planning to they'll be in the foyer after church, so you can drop your kids off to them. They can take them downstairs for a bit. We'll have a meeting in the back room, and we'll try not to make it last too long. But we do appreciate your participation as a member. If you're not a member but you would like to come and just participate, you're still welcome to be there. What we're doing is not secretive and behind closed doors. We're open and transparent, so you're welcome to be there as well. And we also have a vision statement, which may be referenced to the covenants, talks about our core values and our purpose. And I won't read all this, but I will say these 5 core values are very helpful in giving our direction. We're Christ-centered, we're Bible-believing and teaching, we want to be a loving fellowship, mission-minded, and equipping every member of the family. And our purpose is to be a spiritual home for the English-speaking community in the Stavanger area. So we've got more of these documents available. But that's what membership is. If you're thinking about becoming a member, but you never have, then let me know. I'd love to sit down and talk with you. A deacon can sit down. We can come do a visit and talk about what membership is, hear your testimony, share with you answer any questions you may have about the church. It's something we love to do, and then invite you into participation, into fellowship with us officially through membership.